welcome to the Underground Railroad. We're guests of Clifton Bradley, who's graciously had this show designated to be a tribute to my husband, Dr. Lee Warren. He was founder and CEO of Plims, the Power Latent in Man ministry. It's a holistic ministry that addresses body, soul, and spirit, and to inspire and empower mankind through the divine knowledge of the eternal pattern, purpose, and plan of the Creator Yahweh Elohim. We have a website, plim2.org. You can go to that website and get a lot of information. We host webinars Sundays, 1:30 to 3:30, on Sundays and Thursdays from 8 to 10 p.m. You can register at our website at upcoming events and upcoming webinars. We host weekly cable TV shows on CAN TV. In fact, we're one of the oldest running CAN TV shows. We started in 1990, and our shows are still being played here on Channel 36 on Wednesday, 8:30 to 9:30, and it re-airs on Thursdays, 10:30 to 11 a.m. And this was begun in 1990. So there's a few of us on stage, and I just want to introduce. I just introduced myself, and I'm going to let the other guests introduce themselves. This is my brother-in-law and two Plim members.
How you doing? My name is James Warren. I'm Lee's Warren's brother. I'm a member of Plim for about 35, 40 years. Okay, thank you.
And my husband passed away October 14th of 23. He was my soulmate for 43 years, and so we are all just here to celebrate his life and show how he touched us. Andrew?
My name is Andrew Robinson, and Plim is he's the lead. He's the leader. That's what I say.
Okay. Eddie?
Hi, I'm Eddie Jones. I've been with Plim for a number of years, and just wanted to say that I learned an awful lot over that time. I've always been about learning. One of my biggest things about learning is health, and over the years I've learned a lot through Dr. Warren and Dr. Penny Warren, and I ended up with this organization called Audacity, and they asked me to write this document concerning COVID, which I agreed to do. And basically all this information has come through my learnings with Plim. And one of the main points that comes out of this document, among other things, but the main point is to take vitamin D3 along with magnesium for your health. The other part to that is taking good probiotics. So I wanted to just thank Dr. Warren for all the education. All this information is, it's loaded with information, and it comes all through what I've learned in Plim.
Thank you so much, Eddie. We had no idea that he was even doing this brochure, so this is a surprise for us. So we're going to have a clip coming up pretty soon, but I just want to say that my husband went through the book of Revelations chapter by chapter and verse by verse 37 years ago, and we've been playing some of those clips at CAN TV, on the CAN TV channel that we host. And what he talks about is a Revelation 17 chapter talks about a city, Mystery Babylon, being judged. And so what Eddie's talking about is coming out of Babylon from a health standpoint, And my brother-in-law was talking about coming out of Babylon from a financial standpoint with gold and silver. And so my husband, if you got that clip, any clip that you have would be good, because we all have to come out of Babylon at some point.
Before we go upstairs before you go upstairs and have your class, I gotta ask you, man, what are you reading, man?
I'm reading a book when money dies.
That's too depressing, Dr. Warren.
No, it tells you what happened to in Germany in the 1920s after World War I, when Hitler, before Hitler came to power, how money failed.
Okay, talk loud so we can hear you. So the bottom line is that you think that we're going to get rid of this dollar? It's going to be a new currency issued or what?
There's no question about it.
A new currency?
A new currency. That's the only way that they can reduce the debt and make it manageable, where people can have certain things, like for instance, health care and all that stuff.
Yeah, but you know, this election coming up, and I know it's a little crowded here. We may have to go upstairs a little bit quieter, but no matter who's the next president, Mitt Romney or Barack Obama, the economy is not going to improve.
No, there's no hope for it. I mean, there's no hope. What you need now is basically a new reboot or reset of the whole economy. The debt structure is too great, and people are in too debt. It's impossible to be served and maintain any type of services in which people are used to here in America. It's just impossible.
So thank you so much. So as my husband was saying, you know, you got to come out of Babylon. You got to come out of this mystery Babylon system, just like Egypt was judged at the time of Moses, and Sodom and Gomorrah was judged at the time of Abraham, and Jericho was judged at the time of Joshua. This mystery Babylon system is being judged now, and we live in it. And just like everyone's familiar with the Matrix, you know, Neo had to take the red pill to come out of the Matrix. Well, we got to hear the truth to come out of Babylon. And so by preaching, you know, coming out of Babylon with gold and silver, and he had that book, When Money Dies, and he's talking about a great reset. And that great reset is a reflect of the old and new covenant. Because after the Messiah died, buried, and resurrected, the time changed. There was a change in time. That which was valid under the law of Moses was no longer valid under the new covenant. And this is what people don't understand and get tripped up on as Christians. So, you know, that great reset that he's talking about is just a reflex of what's happened in the spirit when the Messiah died, buried, and resurrected. And now we're under the new covenant where the kingdom is is spiritual, not physical. So when you see the Israel over there fighting the physical kingdom, the Messiah said, my kingdom is not of this world. So why are you fighting over a physical kingdom? And what you should ask yourself, if the Messiah's kingdom is not spiritual, who do all these physical kingdoms belong to? That should be the question going through your mind. It's like, well, if the Messiah's kingdom is spiritual, and we see kingdoms on earth being physical, then what in the heck is who is behind those kingdoms? And that should make you start thinking. And again, I encourage you to go to the Plims2.org website and look at that Book of Revelations series that we have up there. We aren't charging anything for it. It's too late to be trying to charge something, you know, for a system that was judged 2,000 years ago. So, you know, that John said it was going to be destroyed. An apostle prophesied of that. So if you have any questions, contact us, Plims2.org, and we can go through it. Eddie, do you want to make any other comments before we show another video?
No, well, I will say something about the wealth part of it. I started watching Plim on CAN TV, in fact. On Wednesday night, there's absolutely nothing to watch on television, so I started watching Plim and learned a lot about gold and silver, and I decided to go to a spring conference that Plim had, which is how I got involved, and learned so much, and it's just been phenomenal as much as I've learned, and I can't say enough about that, but the health is my wealth.
Okay. So go ahead and play this clip, and then we'll come back to Andrew and his brother James. You had a clip up a moment ago.
Dr. Warren, you know, I'm voting for Barack Obama, you know that. Because I like Barack Obama, but I'm voting for him for the symbolism.
Well, I mean, it's just a symbolism. Don't expect him to do anything.
No, I didn't expect him to do anything 4 years ago. I mean, I like him. So I like seeing him and his wife and the kids in the White House. I like that. But I guarantee folks that, like you said earlier, whether it's Barack Obama or Mitt Romney, the standard of living for most Americans will continue to decline.
That's unequivocally that they will decline. There's no hope to alter or change or impede that. The jobs have went overseas. They will continue to go overseas, and you have a problem with the dollar or the unit of currency that you're using. It's becoming less and less valuable. What I mean is it's decreasing in value. When Obama came in, when Bush left office, Obama came in, gasoline was about $1.75, $1.80 a gallon. Now it's double. And I guarantee you by the time he gets out of office, we're looking at between $5 and $8. Don't let him go to war over there in Iran or somewhere. He can go to $8 real quick.
Well, tell these Republicans and these Tea Party people that Mitt Romney is not going to improve the economy.
It's impossible. The debt is so great, it's impossible to be paid, folks. Listen, just do the math. We only collect $2.4 trillion in income tax, and most of that.
Yeah, so he's just telling you how the system is falling. It says Mystery Babylon is going to fall. And it's going to fall economically, it's going to fall with the health system, it's going to fall educationally, it's going to fall on all different levels. And he's just going through and telling you, that there's no hope, and to try to prop it up. James, do you want to say anything else? At this
I want
point?
to change the subject for a
Sure.
minute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk about the refugees. Before my brother did his transition, we was talking. We was having lunch and we was talking. And we was doing crunching numbers. We say, these refugees, they're going to have to spend a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. They got to feed them, they got to clothe them, and they got to give them room and board and money and fares. So the thing we was talking about, it's going to be wintertime.
Right.
And these are summer people. All they know is sun, sun, sun. They don't know nothing about no snow and it's 25 below zero and you got to get in the house quick as you can. So we was saying that how much money that the city will have to spend to clothe them people. They ain't got no boots, no shoes, no socks, no sweatshirts, and nothing. They don't have nothing. They summer people. All they know is summertime stuff. So the city is probably going to spend about $500 million on these people, man. Where they going to put them at?
And now that all these people are coming, they say there's 23 million, it says 23, I think it says thousand.
Well, they don't know how much it is. They don't know how many people are here. They can come in, they can bring anything. And the thing we were thinking about, I said, Lee, you know what they did? He said, what? He said, Jim, what they did? I said, the president opened up his jail and sent all the bad people to America. Same thing they did in Cuba. Cuba did the same thing. Let them jails and send all the bad people to America. And they ain't got no background check, so you could be a murderer, a rapist, a child molester. You could be anything. So this is what America's going to deal with it for the next 3-4 years.
Right.
And it's going to be a humdinger.
And they're over, they're over the budget. Our budget.
They're overextended themselves.
Yeah, they're overextended, so the budget is not can't support them.
Right.
And the people that are here are, not getting anything.
Right, we screwed.
Yeah. Not getting anything.
Like we was telling one day, the blacks was getting crumbs.
Right.
Now we ain't getting nothing. I feel sorry for this mayor. He in trouble. He'll be a one-term mayor. He gone. Because they pissed in Austin, they pissed at him.
Right.
They highly pissed at that man. I feel sorry for him. I wish I could talk to him. I said, man, what you trying to do? You need to stop. You need to find a better way to deal with this. Because the situation you're going through now, and man, you in deep doo-doo, man. You in deep doo-doo. I just feel sorry for him, man. I feel sorry for some of these people out here in these streets now, man. And then you taking care of you want to take care of the vets. That's all for America.
Right.
And then you gonna get to somebody that ain't got no skin in the game.
Right.
They ain't paid no tax. They ain't had no job. They ain't did nothing. And here you gonna give them $9,000.
Right.
And maybe Social Security quiet as it kept. We don't know what they're doing behind closed doors.
Right.
So I'm telling America, y'all better wake up.
Yep. Yep. I agree totally.
Wake up.
Yeah. Andrew, did you want to make a point?
Well, that is like I would say, like the Almighty, the thing that America has done, they have a price to pay.
Yes.
And
Definitely.
Yes.
So like
there's a judgment on them.
there's a judgment on them, and so like those things that's happening now, whatever Solomon said, what has been will be.
Yes. In
just a
Ecclesiastes,
right.
There's nothing
New under the sun.
right, nothing new under the sun.
Right.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. So
That's it.
So when America goes out and does all these political shenanigans in other countries, now these people are coming to America.
Yeah, you're gonna have
time
shenanigans
to
in
pay.
America.
It's time to pay.
Yeah.
Chickens come home to roost.
Right. And it's just like I said, we live in a Mystery Babylon system, and there's nothing here that's for the truth. Everything is for a lie. The health system, it doesn't cure you. All it does is address your symptoms,
Right.
and get and then whatever pill they give you, that it has side effects. So you have to keep going back for more pills. And like I said, it took Neo to take the red pill to wake up. So we need the truth. That's our red pill to wake up. And you got to come out of Babylon. And the only way you can come out is to let go of all these erroneous ideas and that you've been holding on to.
Right.
And like some people say that they've been dummied down because they weren't told the truth. And, you know, it's the book of Revelations is happening right now. So people, you know, need to be coming to the Plim2.org website. They need to be listening to those videos. They need to see that we're under the new covenant now. We aren't under the old covenant. And, you know, you should be asking the question, if the Messiah's kingdom is spiritual, who is behind all these physical kingdoms on earth?
Right.
And you should, you know, I'll just leave that as a question in your mind. Eddie, did you want to make a point?
Okay, well, since you mentioned Neo and Matrix a couple of times, one thing that we learned from that is he grew, developed his superhuman, his power within in the spirit. And once his spirit grew, he was unstoppable.
Right.
And the same is true for us.
Right. The power latent in man. That's what that's about.
Exactly.
I think you have another video clip that you could play for us whenever that's ready.
Nobody's moving nowhere. Let's go there. Why does Iran want to upset the apple cart? For what?
Well, see, they feel that they, as a sovereign nation, that they have the right to nuclear power, and if they want to make a nuclear weapon, it's fine. I don't have no problem with that. I mean, because if a guy makes a few bombs, you can tell him, say, listen, if you drop one, we're going to drop a ton on you. I mean, you know, Israel has them, North Korea has them, everybody has them. So I mean, I don't think they should have them, but everybody wants one. It's like, you know, everybody wants to pack today because you got a huge crime going around. Right. And in the case of the third world or the other world, everybody wants a nuclear. That's the only way they can prevent America from bogarting them coming in.
But the Iranian leaders, don't you think they're insane in the sense that if the only way they're going to be successful is only if they're going to be backed by the Russians or the Chinese?
Well, that's what they're hoping. Exactly.
If they're not back, if they don't have no juice from the Russians or Chinese, they'll be just like Libya. They'll take them out real quick.
Oh yeah, there's no question about it. But I mean, listen, put it this way. Most people don't understand how this world operates, and most of the natural resources, Kissinger's, many of the foreign policies that the United States have, those resources that they have, they don't understand that they are part of a greater plot. They don't own them. In other words, Wall Street and London sets the price of those commodities. They give them the technology and everything. So those people are not going to have sovereign power, in the sense of a monarch. Gaddafi, what he was doing was great. He was building infrastructure for his company, his country, bringing water from the aquifer to water the desert, and he wanted a currency, not paper currency, not a dollar currency. He wanted a dinar backed by gold. Well, see, those were his two mistakes. Right. And then he had some of the best oil in the world. Right. So what happened was that he had to go. Just the same day Saddam did with the euro. You got a currency. The dollar is a reserve currency, and they're not willing to give that up because in order to buy oil, you got to use dollars. That's the problem you got with India. They put a sanction on Iran and told them, listen, you're cut off, and then nobody could trade with him in dollars. And then India said, you know what? Well, I'll buy it from them in gold. That's all right. We'll deal with you too later.
Yeah. So my husband always was encouraging people to go and get gold and silver.
Okay.
Because this was a way to come out of Babylon, and the economic system is full of debt. There's no way to pay it off. As he said with the Middle East, that all the people want nuclear weapons. You know, they're fighting over land, over their physical land, when the kingdom is spiritual. So they don't understand the new covenant. They don't understand that the kingdom is within them. And this is what we're trying to continue my husband's legacy. There are a few students in our organization, and I'm supporting them. And we will be, hosting the webinars on Sundays from 1:30 to 3:30, and on Thursdays from 8 to 10. Just go to Plim2.org. That's our website, and you can register for upcoming events and upcoming webinars. We also will continue the cable TV show on Chicago Access Corporation. The Power Latent in Man comes on Channel 36 Wednesdays 8:30 to 9:30, and re-airs Thursday 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. And that was begun in 1990. This is one of the oldest running cable TV shows that KNTV has. We're going to keep those legacies going. We're going to, continue to preach the nutraceuticals, as Eddie Jones was talking about. This is the leaves are for the healing of the nations, Revelation 22:1, Ezekiel 47:12, food is medicine. Eddie, you want to say another comment about the health aspect of it?
Oh, wow. Yes, as you said, the leaves are for the healing of the nation, and much of the information that I've gained, I've made tinctures and mixtures that have been quite healing. So it's all learned through Plim. Thank you.
So thank you so much. Now we should be making some final comments. I think we're getting to the end of our time here. Andrew, you want to make another comment about before we go?
I would say that the people's they're just walking around, but they're not listening. They're not paying attention to what's really going on.
Just like in the days of Noah. You know?
La La Land.
People are marrying and
okay.
Yeah. In La La Land, as my brother-in-law just said. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So this is the thing. You know, it seems like there's a judgment. I feel an urgency. I feel that we need to continue Plim and my husband's legacy because there's an urgency for people to get this information. But as Andrew said, you know, people just don't seem to connect. And as my husband said and my brother-in-law, they won't connect until they feel pain. That's what's going to make them come to Plim and come and, you know, try to understand the principles that we're talking about. Because without the pain, I mean, some people were very, very against. I have relatives, you know, very, very against natural medicine. Oh, I'm an allopathic. Oh, you're not a doctor. You can't tell me what to do. Wait till COVID. When COVID hit, and we start telling them to take garlic and take colloidal silver, all of a sudden they turn to naturopaths. Right. They turn real quick. It's like, oh, this stuff really works. Oh, this is, and it's not real expensive. You know, I can go to the grocery store and get some. Yeah, how about that? You know, so. Yeah, people aren't turning in yet.
Right.
AJ, just give them a minute.
Right. Okay.
We can pain hit them.
Okay.
They're gonna hit.
Okay.
James, you want to say one final closing?
I really don't have too much to say. I think I said all I said about the refugees. But what I want to say is, if they do what they want to do with these refugees, this going to bust the system.
Right.
It's going to bust the system. Right. And then they're going to come out with the CBDC money.
Right.
And the CBDC, you're talking about central bank digital coins. I don't know if you are familiar with that, but that's where the banks are going.
Right.
Central bank digital coins is where they're heading. They're leading us.
Right, so these banks is in trouble. A lot of these banks, if you've been paying attention to the news and watching I call it cartoon news that they show on 257 and 32. They're talking about a baby and a dog and a cat and all this. I look and shake my head. Yeah, this ain't news. I need something to enlighten me, not to dumb me down.
Okay.
So most of the news is dumbed down.
Right.
So I don't know, man. It's just we're in a sad world, man.
Yeah.
So basically you gotta go to the internet and try to find the news. I mean, a lot of people say the internet news like this, but I tell this: think for yourself.
Right.
If you can't think, you're a sad person. Quit listening to that news, that social media, and all this old goofy stuff. They got to distract you from what you need to be thinking about, gold and silver, and how you're gonna survive in the next 2-3 years.
For real.
Because they talking about food shortage coming soon.
About food shortage, right.
So that's coming soon. We don't know what's it gonna be. So.
And I think we have another video. There was a video on the Third World War. I'm not sure if you're there yet, but whatever video you have, go ahead and play it. But just get the one on the Third World War, and we'll kind of close on that one.
Hey, Dr. Warren, how you doing? Fine. First time of the year. You can look at the camera, not to look at me, but the point is that I'm in your new place. Where are we at right now?
Yeah, we've been here for about 2 years here at Lutheran School of Theology. We are renting a room here.
The Lutheran School of Theology.
Right.
Yeah. Talk a little louder so we can hear you.
So we've been here
2 years.
2 years, almost. 2
Where have I been?
Well, you haven't been. You
I was the old place.
It was the old place, but you shot us outside. Remember?
Right. That was about 6 months ago.
6 months ago. Right.
Right. So anybody's welcome to come to see you work your magic.
Right.
But when they come here, it's not all about conspiracy theories, is it?
No, it's not. It's what it is. It's about the truth, something that you needed to set you free, and to enlighten you on what's happening and what you must be doing about it right now, both from a physical, psychological, and spiritual level. You must begin. You don't have a whole lot of time to continue to do what's necessary for you and your family, because we can see the signs that things are not getting any better economically, and then that leads to a whole lot of social issues that we did on crime and etc.
We don't have time to get our act together. That's what you're saying?
It's getting down to that point.
Wow. Now you say we got to get spiritual.
Well, you got to understand that what you're dealing with is that the people, or whatever you want to call them, Illuminati, whatever name you want to attach
Illuminati,
to, Illuminati, whoever you want to attach, you can see that they don't have the love of the Father, the love of humanity in their heart, man. The way that the real estate collapse has taken place, and these people have been, you got 25% of the houses underwater, you got huge amounts of foreclosure. So it's very clear that the people in charge don't have the people's benefits in mind. That's clear. I don't care what your religion is and what you believe, what you don't believe, but that you can clearly see that some inherently is wrong and is evil.
Evil?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Last time you called it Luciferian forces.
Well, I said Luciferian forces. You're dealing with some of the spiritual nature, spiritual forces of darkness that clearly has not intended to empower these people. But what we see is that clearly that we're seeing something that tends to want to be to enslave the people. Look, in Hitler's Germany, 95% of the churches endorsed Hitler. That's fun.
Yeah, so that's why he's talking about come out of Babylon. Babylon is fallen. Babylon,
Right.
You got to come out of Babylon. This is a mystery Babylon system. We have been it's been judged in Revelation 17 chapter. John wrote about it 2,000 years ago. He talks about a city being judged, just like Egypt was judged in the time of Moses. Sodom and Gomorrah was judged in the time of Abraham, and Jericho was judged in the time of Joshua. So these systems, they're being judged, and we have to come out of them. That's our only hope, to come out.
Right.
So we just want to thank Clifton Bradley for inviting us and having the show as a tribute to my husband, Dr. Lee Warren, who was CEO and founder of Plims, and we are trying to keep his legacy going through everything that's happened. So come to the power latent in man. Our website, plim2.org. We host webinars Sundays 1:30 to 3:30 and Thursdays 8 to 10. Register our upcoming events and upcoming webinars at our website, plim2.org.
I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're